Starting lineup: Set, Shinjao, Yone, Tristana, Olaf, up against Cho'Gath, Nidalee, Zed, Paisa, Shen. Rating of the picks for a casual game: Set as a top 10, Shinjao in the jungle 9, Yone as a mid 7, Tristana in shooter 10, Cho'Gath as a top 10, Nidalee in the jungle 5, Zed in mid 7, Kaisa as a shooter 5, Shen in support 8. This game turned out to be an amazing temperature check for the community when it comes down to our appetite for winning and losing as opposed to our appetite for sticking it to each other. Takes a heck of a lot for me to say I'm sick of it. But hey, I'm sick of it, because you end up going against this 4-man team essentially. This Kaisa player entirely new, as it turns out. We have the Smurf in Nidalee and Shen. A matchup of a self-destructive 5-man up against a sometimes hyper-efficient 4-man. Let's get to it. The opening play, and you're going to get this Cho'Gath player quickly coming to the realization that nobody can just walk all over Set in the beginning of a game. Set is a nightmare, and it is about time that we figure out why we're not seeing him in pro play, because it's beginning to mystify me. He seems a little bit broken, to be honest. Because of course the whole thing is that he's ridiculous in early game, but he doesn't really fall off either. And as we will soon see, he survives the most backwards, unspeakably ridiculous builds. This Ali boy is going to end up breaking even, and that's not bad, but it is bad on set. We have a massive amount of conversation here, 40 seconds in, going on a minute in, and by now we've questioned the moves of this Kaisa, started dumping all over her, and this Nidalee player is very vocal as well and getting involved, which is remarkable because this Nidalee player is not going to have anything directly to do with this Kaisa player. A lot of hormones are going off and flowing with these very young people, and the communication buttons will be used. This returning segment, an audience favorite, entitled "The Turret is Still Undefeated," and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and here she goes, Geronimo, as the old people, the people of yore, used to say. And yes, I don't know what point this is supposed to prove. I don't know what you think you're doing here. But what I do know is that from a moral standpoint, this will somehow, like everything else, land on my shoulders, and this player will leave the bottom lane and leave me alone to die, because this is apparently my fault somehow. Because postmodernism, because my life, because find a way to blame enigmatics for everything. So we're over in the mid lane because we went to the mid lane to punish me. And now we're slaying Zed, but it's short-lived because this Nidalee is going to come for us and get the double kill by the end of this play. The mechanical skill of this summer and winter player is fairly hard to explain. We're here in the hyper-casuals. Nidalee is a very difficult champion. You have 0 mastery on Nidalee. This is truly bizarre. This is as unlikely as it gets. If I would have had to bet on this, I would have lost all of my money. Because it makes no sense that this Nidalee player is making all of her skill shots. We see a little bit of this protective AoE that makes Jin Zhao so valuable in pro play. And there's no getting away from Tristana, of course, by itself. The ultimate kit to be chasing down enemy champions. You get this unique spectacle that is truly review worthy of this Nidalee using the AoE on the cat form after poking with the spear, all the while using the life pool of this Shen to protect her, using him as a tank. We're gonna have this Nidalee player going godlike in this segment and getting a double kill. All we can say in hindsight is that the defense on the Shen and the offense on this Nidalee should have easily won them the game, as we are just throwing bodies on these people as Team Blue. Toward the end of this play, I'm gonna be hyper aware of the fact that I have a tendency, as anybody who ever watched my videos knows, to get caught up on chains of enemy minions. I know that I'm the last one standing, and that if I go down, the entire base is unprotected. This Tristana in this clip choosing a very different path and just going to completely soak up every bit of enemy minion damage as though she never played a single game. There's something very funny going on in this game best noticed upon review, because the skill level of this Shen and Nidalee player does not make a lot of sense given the context. And you can bet on it, there's a list of champs like Kaisa, Nidalee, Katarina, Azir. They're so difficult to play that I inherently assume that they're going to be garbage, and when they're not, then it really gives me pause in the form of a culture shock, and the reverberations of that culture shock make it difficult to predict enemy movements. The inevitable fallout from the fact that everybody was dead other than me. I've been here before. This is typically my role in longer games, because the vast majority of people believes that dying does not matter in League of Legends. And I believe that deaths is one of your most important stats, and so I end up defending the turret. Cho'Gath ends up in the wrong position in many of these exchanges, landing himself behind his team rather than in front of it. This Tristana player is going to end up getting herself killed randomly near the Baron by the hyper tank of the enemy team, because if you're Tristana, why not simply go up against Cho'Gath? What could possibly go wrong? Why would that be irresponsible? Give her all your upvotes. It's heroic to die. I'm gonna get the double kill after everybody goes down, and then eventually Yone comes back. We're going to enter a whole slew of games where there are participating Yone players with dubious amounts of skill, because it turns out that Yone is incredibly difficult to play. During large stretches, going to end up using this enemy Kaisa player as a punch punching bag and a stat pad, a French boy that ended up naming themselves after Toilet Flush, the Z player in these exchanges near the turret, in good shape, as he has the rare quality of legitimately having taken his time in improving Z. You very rarely see a person who's willing, in a sober, boring, straightforward manner, to just take it on the chin a billion times, as this Hawking player on the red team undoubtedly has, in order to gradually improve your skill with an extremely difficult champion. Turning to the synergy of this team, when we look at the blue team with Set, the Great Set, Xin Zhao, Yone, Tristana, and Olaf, we would have to say an easy A, and the quality of these picks is in all likelihood, in hindsight, the only reason why we were able to resist, because the talent is very clearly on the red team, not on the blue team. Tristana is pure gold, Xin Zhao is extremely good and depending on your skill level also pure gold, and Set is becoming a bit of a question mark gradually, as we're wondering more and more just what are his limitations, because they seem to be non-existent. We take a look at this red team, we see the Great Cho'Gath, Nidalee, Zed, Kaisa, Shen. Average pick synergy, we would have to say a B. The Great Cho'Gath definitely contributing positively to that score. Nidalee almost always fails if it's not played by a Smurf. And Kaisa is one of the most difficult champions in the entire video game. Zed is very difficult, but his armor is more forgiving in terms of natural base stats than that of Kaisa. Taking a look then at the individual behavior of these players, we regard this set, we would have to say a B. You ended up going with a copy-paste build, more on that, as well as some life advice later. You went 11, 11, and 10 with a lot of engagement. It's just somebody should sit down with you on a basic level and just try to explain to you what happens every time you die, and how the enemy's guns become bigger and bigger and bigger. You had a lot of energy, a lot of vigor. You never sat still like a young boy. You didn't make a ton of noise. You were respectful in a basic manner. Decent, but not great. We have this fellow Arabian, Shahab King, going 6 and 13. Ruined King, Eclipse, and Death's Dance. I would say a B. You had a massive amount of involvement. It does feel like this kind of energy could lean into team wrecking if it goes wrong. You complained a lot more and were a lot more vocal, but you also never sat still, and that was very important in this game. If we had had somebody who just would lie down, this would easily be a loss. We have this Yone player with, in my view, a limited understanding of how stat padding works in this game, and just an absolute cocktail of unspeakable damage. I would argue probably the highest single target damage that can be theoretically obtained in this video game, with a terrible concoction of Kraken on top of Dominic, on top of Infinity, on top of Bloodthirster. You get a kind of damage that was never meant to be calibrated. I'd say behavior score a B, not that much understanding and not that much skill, but again, you were not toxic and you didn't complain. We have this Tristana player, and I could have honestly let this slide if it was not time after time again that we're needlessly going into sabotaging me for the sake of sabotaging me. It's really worth considering. We've had a couple of games now going up against Set in support, going up against Shen in support. They're laying it out right in front of you. How unconventional tanks can serve perfectly well. You can't complain about it or get toxic about it because you're literally seeing it happen on the enemy team. And yet somehow, I always have to put up with extra sabotage and abuse even if it's completely obvious that I'm not breaking the rules any more than anybody else is. I find that to be a team wrecker attitude, and it's efficient as it's always efficient in League to do team wrecking. Without this Tristana, we would have easily gone 10-1-7 instead of 10-5. And I really hope to see some of these things change in ranked, in terms of behavior especially. We have this Cho'Gath player going 13-10. Everybody's favorite, going Titanic Hydra and Deadman's and Boots of Swiftness. Everybody always takes turns to see how they can make Cho'Gath fail the hardest. Perhaps the ultimate sin of the channel is that we skipped over a Cho'Gath playlist. I'd give this guy a B. I would recommend you to try some other positions because you don't seem to have the compassionate nature of a tank really in you. You're continuously trying to hide behind other players, and that is not really the way Cho'Gath operates. We have this summer and winter individual, somewhat peculiar, even more peculiar, going fanatically deranged all-out AP. Never seen that either. I was always convinced for the most part that Nidalee largely relied on crit and on ability cooldown in terms of offense. You're a very strange individual going 16-6-9 on a losing team on this very difficult champion. We're gonna have to say an A because you came out of nowhere. You had a loudmouth, mediocre personality, but oh so good and oh so efficient. We have this hyper-experienced Zed respecting Zed in a really more wear and tear, simple details, mundane grind kind of manner, rather than trying to rack up as much kill stealing and flashy plays. You went 7-10, you had some awesome multi-kills, you're using trash items, you're going Yomu, you're going Hubris, you're going hyper-expensive boots. That's a sabotage move. You didn't put a damn thing into crit on Zed. Good Zed items would be Infinity Edge and the Collector. Make sure that every one of those shuriken absolutely crits all of the time. I would say a B. We have this French boy naming himself after the tornado we get when we flush the toilets. Building Kaisa with Immortal Shield Bow, Nashor's, and Zanya's Hourglass. You went 2-12 when a 0.3 KDA. Thanks for the free kills. I would say a C. We have to go back and look, but was this even a new player? I don't even understand how this is even possible. You seem to not even understand where to go. You seem to not understand the concept of lanes. So yeah, definitely need more proper coordination and need more sense of care, because this person was fueling the enemy coffers and we were playing against a 4-man team. We have this very competent Shen player going 12-7-24. I would say a high B. It's kind of mystifying that you were able to rack up this much health. You ended up including things like Titanic Hydra and Avori Flicker Blade, so that's where a lot of that offensive capacity came from. What was really missing on this Voxel Shen player is a sense of sacrifice. You could have most likely easily destroyed the core if you were willing to die another 3 times. But your KDA was so important to you. And in that sense, your behavior score really shouldn't be that high. All in all, we'd have to say a 10-5-7 game. Wasn't that impressed with Ruined King in this game. I might end up switching it out with Shiv after all. it might be worth the hassle. This is probably one of the better games to watch. You have a lot of awesome multi-kills here, very dragged out. It's definitely dotting the I's and crossing the T's in terms of the chase down potential, practice with olaf, understanding, spacing with the axe throw, and just making use of every last little intricacy, because the micromanagement is the difference between a good player and a great player. That's why it's so important to find your champion. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, so we have Overlord's Blood Mail because we are robots, so gain 2.5% of your bonus health as attack damage. You have here 550, you have here 400, and you get 500 here. So you add all of that up, you get 2.5% of that with Tyranny. I've fallen into a rift in this community. There was a time where the Russian population called the Ukrainian population the Hohols, and was entirely convinced, without flinching, that they were racially superior to them. There was a period where Christians would serve any Jew like their master because they assumed that Jews were the chosen people, and that Jews had produced Jesus Christ. And they would do all of this unquestioningly. And I'm allowed to observe this myself in my lifetime. All I can say is, Ali, all of you, Shahab, all of you, come work for me. If you have the ability to turn your entire life into an exact copy-paste, come work for me. If you can blindly obey and follow recipes, I'll tell you how exactly to suck my just right. I'll tell you exactly how to cook for me just right, and you can follow the exact recipe and become my perfect employee. Come work for me. You people are robots. You scare me. You scare me. If you actually believe that that works just because it's in a recipe, you people are a different species than me. That's all I can say. Moving on.
Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
To plunder.
Minions have spawned.
I'm going. To battle!
First love.
The might of plunder. I'm going.
been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Rockfall approaches.
An ally has been slain.
Finally, some fun!
Enemy double kill. You have slain an enemy.
Urge to kill rising. I'm going. To action! The might of Lockbar approaches.
Who wants some? You want some? Come on!
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
To action!
Shut down. Enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
The might of Lockfar approaches. To plunder. Urge to kill rising.
An An ally has been slain. Slain. An enemy has been slain.
The might of Blockfire approaches.
Turret plating will fall soon. Has destroyed a turret.
To action!
Been slain. An ally has been slain.
Blockfire approaches. Plunder.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm going.
An enemy has been slain.
Urge to kill.
The ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Enemy double kill.
To action! To plunder.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
Chop, chop!
Enemy rampage.
I'm going.
ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Urge to kill rising.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
To action! To plunder. The might of Lockjar approaches. I'm going.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. An enemy is unstoppable.
To action! Faster to battle! Urge to kill rising.
Your turret has been destroyed.
My axe is thirsty.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy is dominating. Your turret has been destroyed. Destroyed.
I will eat well tonight.
To action!
Enemy double kill. Ally has been slain. Shut down.
I'm going.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
The might of Lockbar approaches. plunder.
Enemy rampage. Enemy double kill.
I'm going.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
The might of Lockfar approaches.
Your turret has been destroyed.
To plunder.
Enemy triple kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
I'm going. action! To plunder.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
The might of Lockbar approaches. Some fun!
An enemy has been slain. Your inhibitor has respawned. Shut down. Your inhibitor has respawned. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
To action!
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. Has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.